fall out, all of all bow wow, call tall pow, south side, outside, pow out like missile thought, fire bounce higher, powers out now. I was outside, now my power pow now. Eyes wide, should've speak utterly upside down, camera obscura, power down scuba, mama in Cuba, my it sounds good now. Out and about, title bout, bow, how loud, high lie, Mutai, Aztec, forearm, Nasdaq, abstract, Frackle rockin' chow down, hazmat to deuces, diametrically outbound. Matter of fact, pass that ginger pop in the cooler than the medulla of Rick the ruler. Hula hooping with new bow downs from Nuba. That's that life of a king, got my crown now, feeling accomplished. Super looper fresh chocolate, collectible conscious, young crunk in your town now. Via minor aircraft, snapping like a bear trap. Tijuana Air Max, chainmail gauntlet. Big Bertha earthquakes, 100 dB, 90 BPM, heavy hitting them triplets, 100-sided dice, rolling 79 twice. Get ready, we bringing the jazz back with the rhythm, we're giving them infamous with some Midwest liquid mission, tricky nicks and mixing, matching, scratching, rapping, action, Jackson making it happen, pap it, midi, patch it, map it with a pinch of magic, casting master sentences, with a gang of wicked vixens listening close to us, flipping different widgets, mystic digits, coast to coast, pole to pole, folding time, golden time. Overload on.
A felon now is accused of shooting and killing a mother at a bowling alley after a fight broke out over a bowling ball. Caitlin Ross takes a closer look tonight at the suspect's criminal history as he sits now in jail. Caitlin, people remembering Lakivia Jackson as a caring mother to a teenage son that she shared with the rapper Young Thug.
The artist has not commented about Lakivia Jackson's death publicly, but online, dozens of people are posting pictures and memories of the mother with her son. Police say she was with her family when the video shows they got into an argument with the people bowling in the lane next to them at the Metro Fun Center in Southwest Atlanta late last month. According to police, the groups agreed to go outside to the parking lot to settle the dispute. Police allege 25-year-old Joshua Fleetwood fired the shots that killed Jackson and then sped away. Criminal defense attorney Robert James says how long he allegedly was in that parking lot waiting for Jackson before the shooting will play a big part in the case when it goes to trial.
So right now I'm outside of the Metro Fun Center, and you can see there's a car that's just blown up. Right, you see this car that's just blown up. But you know, this is what happens when you have nonstop like crazy stuff on the radio all day. Atlanta is all hot, you know what I'm saying? And that's most likely a stolen car, who knows? But this is where Lakivia Jackson, Slim Thug's baby's mother, was just murdered. You know, and Atlanta News is trying to cover it up and make it look like her murder was over a bowling ball. But really, her murder was about, you know, it's a gang war thing, slime gang. You know what I'm saying? Slime gang Bloods versus another blood set. It was a blood-on-blood murder. But Atlanta, you know, they're trying to hide the fact that the white radio, the white-owned radio, all the, you know, the radios in Atlanta, they're owned by the top caste, and they're, you know, just having gang violence all day in the news. You know, I mean on the radio all day. So this is where Lakivia was murdered, in that parking lot right there, the Metro Fun Center up that hill. But you can just see that it's just, you know, we actually literally stopped in the parking lot to look at some directions, and it's like, boom, I'm like, wait a minute, is this where Lakivia was just murdered? And it turned out to be that's where she was just murdered, you know? So it's like, it's just all this craziness, you know? Right, this looks just like the Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. But he's got to be careful because we just heard some explosions, some things popped off. But yeah, so we're right outside the parking lot where Slim Thug's baby's mother, his son's baby's mother, was murdered. And you know, the Atlanta News is covering up that it was a gang thing, and they're trying to make it seem like it was an argument over a bowling ball. But obviously it wasn't an argument over a bowling ball. I was already going to do a lecture over here just because I've been lecturing on the gang violence stuff, and we happen to be over here. Oh, you can see a rainbow in there. That's cool. But you know, and then this happened. This, you know, and I'm sure this is not some like accident. I'm sure this is probably some car, you know, somebody jacked or something and ran into something. Who knows? But nobody was in it. But yeah, so I'm gonna flip around on blood murder. So yeah, the gang violence thing here in Atlanta is totally out of control. You know, like literally the news isn't reporting that there was a blood murder out here, slime gang. I remember that, you know, the kids, they're into the slime. Slime is like a youth thing. You know, Slim Thugs wearing the kids' outfits, the girls' dresses and stuff like that. You know, they're trying to get the youths into the gang culture. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what better way to get used into the gang culture than create a slime gang? You know what I'm saying? A gang that's, you know, literally got grooming in the title. You know, I personally think all the Bloods, you know, need to be, you know, eliminated from hip hop, like banned from the radio, and banned from YouTube, all that stuff, because kids are really getting into this. You know, they're looking at Whack 100 like he's a role model. You know what I'm saying? Extorting people and all this craziness. So it's, you know, really unsafe. And me and my wife were just having a conversation about, you know, about possibly leaving Atlanta, you know, but I'm like, no, we need to fight it, you know, because it's everywhere. You know, you try to escape it, you know, you go to the burbs and you got to deal with, you know, having racist neighbors. So it's like, you know, we live in a suburban, you know, black neighborhood, and, you know, but it's like, you know, out here is getting totally gentrified. If you knew the prices of the houses out here, you'd be you know, mystified. But you know, I'm gonna flip back around. You know, they're dousing this thing down. But yeah, this is right where Slim Thug's baby's mother was killed. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Lakivia Jackson. You know, and you know they say that she shot first. You know, I'm gonna flip back around. So they say that Lakivia shot first, like she shot a warning shot, and then the cat, you know, shot back and kill her and whatnot. So, you know, that story's, you know, there's two people they've already apprehended. You know, they apprehended the guy that shot and killed her, and they apprehended a woman, I believe, that was with him. Maybe she was the driver or something like that. But, you know, we're going to see what happens in court, because, you know, the people that were there say it wasn't just some, you know, like what the news is saying. The news has been lying to Atlanta people. They're trying to cover up the gang wars. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make it just like, hey, we got to reduce crime in Atlanta. But they're not talking about the roots of the crime. You know, I used to think that it was, you know, people weren't accountable. And I used to think that, you know, like in the 90s, like, you know, it was like, yeah, it's up to the parents. But, you know, the parents can't block all this stuff out. And that's what, you know, me and my wife have been concerned about now that we got a child, you know, and him growing up. It's like, how do we block him from all the ratchet stuff? How do we block him from the AK-47s and Dracos every single day in the radio? And the way is to go straight to the radio and stop the radio and go straight to the legislation, because all the Congress people, they're just all shuffling. You know, they're not able to, their policies aren't, you know, fast enough or quick enough to be able to keep up with the youth. You know what I'm saying? Keep up with all the, you know, school to prison pipeline stuff that's being pushed towards them. But yeah, this is right where Slim Thug's wife was murdered. You know what I'm saying? I mean, baby's mother, not his wife, you know, and nobody's talking about Slim Thug in the articles. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And Slim Thug's talking about murder on the radio. They're all talking about murder on the radio. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's pretty crazy, you know?
In Atlanta tonight, police looking for the man who shot and killed a 31-year-old woman during an argument over a bowling ball. Lakivia Jackson was at the Metropolitan Center for her best friend's birthday party. At some point during the evening, there was a fight and then gunfire.
CBS 46's Zach Summers spoke with Jackson's mother. Zach.
That interview, absolutely heartbreaking. You know, often police talk about conflict resolution. That did not happen here at Metro Fun Center last night. Instead, a young woman lost her life to gun violence.
My baby lost her life at a bowling ball.
Sharina Jackson's final moment with her daughter Lakivia is one no parent should have to endure.
I'm so hurt.
She helplessly heard her daughter take her last breath over the phone.
I couldn't understand what she was saying, and then all I heard was she's not breathing. And then I said, who? And she said, Lakivia, and I lost it.
Lakivia went bowling at Metro Fun Center Thursday night to celebrate her best friend's birthday. Atlanta police say at some point she got into an argument with someone over a bowling ball. The 31-year-old was shot and killed not too long after.
I just feel like if anybody knew that they were out there waiting on them for 20 minutes, something could have been done.
This is truly an atrocity.
Right now, investigators are combing through surveillance video. APD Commander Ralph Woolfolk says several witnesses are also cooperating.
We will find the person that's responsible. You know who you are. Go ahead and turn yourself in. We assure you that we will bring you into custody.
I hope so. I hope so.
As for Lakivia's mom, pain and grief now fills the void left behind by her daughter's senseless death.
Call me just to hear my voice. I'm gonna miss that.
Lakivia Jackson has a teen son with rapper Young Thug. We're told by the grandmother the son is with the father tonight. As for the suspected gunman, APD not releasing that information, but again, they say they are confident this investigation will not drag on. We're live in Southwest Atlanta. Zach Summers, CBS 46 News.
It's a very big deal. It matters for two reasons. Number one, it matters if this person is convicted and sentenced, then you're looking at potentially life without parole if the state can prove that you sat out in the parking lot and planned this, and you were laying in wait and gone out to kill this person over a bowling ball, right? Makes absolutely no sense. Complete disregard for the value of human life.
Fleetwood waived his first appearance today, but court records show he's already familiar with the justice system. He's been arrested 16 times before this current case, and some of those arrests were felonies. James says there will be a lot of questions about that record when the case goes to trial as well.
And we will continue to follow it. Caitlin, thank you.
Developing now, a second person under arrest after a mother was shot and killed outside an Atlanta bowling alley.
The suspect, one of nearly 60 fugitives arrested in Atlanta over the last month. That's according to Atlanta police. And nearly a quarter of them accused in murder cases. Tracy Amick-Pierre live at police headquarters right now. And Tracy, these arrests offering a bit of relief to the victims' families?
That's right. And Lakivia Jackson's family told me this afternoon that they had no idea that a second person had been arrested in her death until 11 Alive broke the news to them. They say that, now they feel like justice is finally being served.
We can't sleep. All we see is that same scene of my sister laying there, breathless.
Yaisha Jackson was at the bowling alley with her sister Lakivia on March 17th when an argument over a ball turned into a fight outside and Lakivia was killed.
You waited for some women's with kids? They laughed.
She laughed.
They laughed at us when they drove off in the car still shooting. They laughed while my sister was on that ground.
Within a matter of days, Atlanta police arrested Joshua Fleetwood. But it was only just yesterday that a second suspect, Imani Spears, was taken into custody.
She was down with it. She was in and out that door with him. She was the main reason why all this started.
I knew that it was more than one person involved. So I just wanted justice any way they can get it.
The arrest was one of dozens Atlanta police highlighted today as part of the city's effort over the last 4 weeks to get fugitives off the streets. That includes a third suspect now arrested in connection to a Beltline shooting where Thomas Arnold was killed, and 2 juveniles who were wanted for the shooting death of 16-year-old Joshua Adentunji outside the Atlanta Fair. Jackson says she had just left her sister's grave when 11 Alive called to tell her the news of Spears' arrest.
For them to be arrested, it mean a lot because you ain't just gonna walk around free like that. Like, we hurting, even though she not here with us in flesh, like she's still here with us because she made it happen.
Now, Jackson's family told me they are grateful to the Atlanta Police Department for their work on this case. Now, taking a look at the numbers, over the last 4 weeks, out of those 57 fugitives that were arrested, 12 of them are accused of murder.
Tracy, thank you for those updates.